people? Welcome back to Daily Red Devil for all of your latest Manchester United transfer news and talk. And as always, we've got a really big story to bring you this Friday afternoon, and it's surrounding everyone's favourite topic, the takeover of Manchester United. I know everyone's sick of it. Oh, I'm so sick of it, guys. But anyway, we're here. We're going to talk to you about it really quickly. So do let me know in the comment section how you're feeling about this, and do make sure to smash a like and subscribe to the channel. Let's jump straight into it. There's a story coming out from The Athletic in the UK. Probably one of my favourite platforms out of all of the different, The Guardian, blah, blah, blah. I do like The Athletic. They've got some good journalists. So whenever they say something, I do always tend to listen. I will give my opinion on it, though. So everybody calm down before you start saying The Athletic are rubbish or whatever. Everybody has different opinions. But anyway, so The Athletic have come out today and said the following. Apparently, there are still issues with both bids, so that's both Sheikh Jassim and Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and neither of the bids are what the Glazers were hoping for. The exact line is, the Glazers haven't sold Manchester United because no one has hit their asking price. The story goes on to say that both bids from Sheikh Jassim and from Sir Jim Ratcliffe are around £5 billion, but the structure of them is obviously different, i.e., Sheikh Jassim was offering to buy all of the club and Sir Jim Ratcliffe was offering to buy half of the club. So ultimately, the story that's coming out today from The Athletic in the UK is that the Glazers ultimately want more money. They want more. They're not happy with the amount that's been offered. They're ultimately just being greedy. And I mean, are we really surprised? The Glazers are some of the most greedy people around. Obviously, this is incredibly frustrating to hear, but I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't want to say I told you so, but I'm not surprised. If you've been watching the channel for a while, or if you are new, obviously if you're new, welcome. If you are a regular, I've been saying for weeks that I think they'll end up choosing a bidder, but they'll squeeze them for more money. You've got to remember that at the very beginning of this process, 7 long months ago, they wanted 6 billion. They've kind of got close to that figure now, haven't they? It's taken 7 months and 5 bids, and they're now kind of getting close to the figure they want, right? They've probably just said, well, we want more than that now. We wanted that amount 6 months ago. It took you, 7 months ago. It's taken you 7 months to reach that figure, and now we want more money. That's the black and white of it. And this is what we've been saying for weeks, that I don't actually think that the fact that they want more money, it's not surprising. It really isn't. They wanted 6 billion 7 months ago. It took Sheikh Jassim 5 bids to get anywhere close to that. They're probably all sat there saying, well, we wanted 6-7 months ago, Sheikh Jassim. It's 7 months later. We want more money. And I don't want to say it's fair enough, because obviously it isn't, but it does make me wonder what would have happened if they'd have just paid the 6 billion right at the very beginning. I'm not blaming Sheikh Jassim or anything like that, but I do wonder what would have happened, if they had have just offered what they wanted at the very beginning. The fact that it's dragged on for this amount of time, obviously the margins are changing. But I do want to give my opinion on this, guys, because at the end of the day, this is just one piece of news. It's not like it's all over the internet. It's on one platform who, may I add as well, guys, this platform, The Athletic, is a good platform, but this platform, The Athletic, they do make you pay to read the stuff. So I have to pay, I think it's £1 a week. I think you have to pay £1 a week to read the stuff on The Athletic. That's the first thing I want to say. So at the end of the day, anything they're putting up, you have to pay to view. So they're obviously going to put up stuff that makes you want to click on the link, aren't you, to start with? So I already kind of doubt this story, because what they're saying is actually pretty obvious. The Glazers want more money. Well, I could say that and you wouldn't, disagree with me. The Glazers always want more money. So I am a little bit skeptical about this story, to be completely honest with you guys. And I don't want to spread false hope but I'm quite a positive person, and I'm not actually that worried about this story, to be completely honest with you guys. At the end of the day, Manchester United, Sheikh Jassim, if he wants to pay what they want, they will. And what you guys have to remember is there is a non-disclosure agreement, okay? Which anybody who's not in the UK or doesn't understand what that is, a non-disclosure agreement is a legal binding document between parties, which means if any of them say anything outright, so if they say, anything about the takeover whatsoever, then they can be sued, and they'd be sued for millions and millions, hundreds of millions of pounds probably. So what my point here is, The Athletic, this platform, which I do think is quite good, they wouldn't be getting this information. And if they were, they wouldn't be allowed to put it out, because otherwise they'd be facing legal action. So what I'm trying to get across to you today, guys, is this is an update. It is being, put out as new news from this Athletic website. But for me, this isn't new news. This is just obvious. It really, really is. They say that Ineos and Sheikh Jassim are both confident. I mean, yeah, they said that a month ago. Still issues with the bids. Neither are what the Glazers were hoping for. I mean, what does that mean? That's incredibly vague. These are all the key points that I read through the whole piece, guys, and I put down some notes. So yeah, still issues with the bids. That was another key taking point. The bids are around 5 billion, but different in structure. Again, that's pretty obvious. And no communication between the sellers and buyers. But what you have to remember there, guys, is the sellers and the buyers wouldn't be speaking anyway. Why would the sellers be speaking to the buyers? It would be the Rain Group speaking to a representative. I just think that the wording they've used is quite... I'm a bit skeptical about it, is what I'm saying. I just think how they've worded it, they've kind of covered their backs a little bit. It doesn't say the Glazer family have not said anything to Sheikh Jassim since June. It says no communication between sellers and buyers. I mean, what does that even mean? Bids are around 5 billion, but different in structure. Again, what does that even mean? They don't even know. They're saying bids are around 5 billion, so they don't even know how much the bids are. They don't have that information. As I said, there is a non-disclosure agreement. They can't know that information. They're not allowed to know that information. So I'm a little bit... I wanted to kind of bring this onto the stream, guys, just to at least talk about and to try and... I know you at the end of the day, guys, as I've always said, you've got to make up your own decision on things, and I can't tell you what's right and what's wrong. But for me personally, this story came out today. People saying it's old news in the chat. This story literally came out the 14th of July today. If you go on the Athletics website, they posted this story on their pay-per-view website. You have to pay to go on their website, right? So I've paid to read this story. I think it's £1 a week. This story came out on the 14th of July this morning, right? A whole massive news piece. So anybody saying it's old news, like you need to, you know, say that to the Athletic. They've literally on their website done a huge news piece saying new news on the takeover, pay £1 and you can read it, right? That's pretty much the gist of it. So I've gone and done it. I've been suckered in. I've paid the £1 because obviously I want to know what's going on. And to be completely honest with you, what they've actually said is all stuff that I probably could have told you without even getting any information from anyone. Again, I do quite like the Athletic, but I do just think this story is rubbish, to be completely honest with you. Like, they said they want more money. I mean, I said that to you months ago, didn't I? I said that I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to Sheikh Jassim or Sir Jim Ratcliffe and say, we're interested in selling the club to you, but we want more money. But again, my point here is that the Athletic wouldn't get this information. They wouldn't. So I don't really know why they've put this massive story up. I'm a little bit... It kind of did frustrate me. I paid for it. I paid the pounds that they wanted for me to read it. Yeah, and I am a bit frustrated, to be completely honest with you. Like, I read it, I paid to read it, and they literally have just told me what I already knew. And you could say, well, you're doing this on that video, but on this video. But at the end of the day, guys, the point why I did this video is because I wanted to get that point across. All right, it is really, really annoying. It really is. Yeah, it's just frustrating because at the end of the day, the Athletic don't know anything. You know, obviously they know more than me, but they're not going to know the finite details of the deal. Why would they? Okay, they're not in Sheikh Jassim's camp. They're not in Sir Jim Ratcliffe's camp, and they're not the Glazers. They're not going to know the ins and outs of every part of the bid. The fact that they say the bids are around 5 billion, that pretty much sums it up. They don't even know how much the bids are. Still issues with the bids. Again, they don't say what the issues are with the bids. Ineos and Sheikh Jassim have both been confident. I mean, I could tell you I was confident that I was going to win £1 million, but that doesn't mean it's true. Do you know what I mean? All of it is very... They've been very careful about the wording on it. And I have been suckered in. I've paid the money. I've paid the pound, or whatever it is, £1 a week, which I will be unsubscribing from after this thing, because I paid the money expecting to get some really, really big news and to find out what was going on. And literally it told me nothing than what I already knew already. So I'm a little bit annoyed, to be completely honest with you. The headline is that the Glazers want more money. It is. That is the black and white of it, and I agree with that bit. I've been saying that to you guys for weeks and weeks and weeks, that I wouldn't be surprised that, you know, Sheikh Jassim's offered 5 or whatever, and then they say, okay, we'll sell it to you for 6.5, you know? I think that. I believe that genuinely. That whatever the fees that were getting floated around in the media, the 5, the 5.5, I think that Sheikh Jassim will pay more than 5.5. I do. I think he'll have to pay 6 or 7, all right? That's just my opinion, but the Glazers are greedy. Of course they're going to ask for more money. All of this stuff is regulated. There's non-disclosure agreements. Like, at the end of the day, the Athletic have seen an opportunity here. They've put up this story. They've charged me £1 to read it, and yeah, and I've paid the £1, and I've now come on the video, so you guys don't have to read it. I mean, if you want to go and read it, you're more than welcome to. But I've paid the money. I'm now talking about it. I'm giving my opinion on it. And their headline is that the Glazers haven't sold the club because they want more money. I mean, when you actually break that down, okay, they might be speaking to Sheikh Jassim at the moment, or Sir Jim Ratcliffe. They might have said to them privately, you're our preferred bidder. We like your bid, but we want more money. It says they haven't sold the club because no one has hit their asking price. What is their asking price? We don't know. Do you know what I mean? It's all so vague that it doesn't actually really tell us anything. And it is frustrating because obviously I wanted to do this video to try and give my opinion on it because I'm sure people have seen this all over Twitter. Some of you are really, really worried. Like, at the end of the day, guys, you have to remember that the Athletic are not going to be the one who tell us who the new owners of the club are. Neither am I, neither are you. It will come from somebody a lot more big than that. It will come from, I don't know where it's going to come from, but put it this way, guys, the Athletic are not going to get the exclusive scoop on who the next owners are. They won't. They might get it on a couple of transfers. They might get it on like where a player's going to go or managers, but they're not going to get the exclusive scoop on this. It will not happen. I promise you that. Like, they're not that kind of thing, you know? So at the end of the day, I did just want to do this video. As much as I respect the Athletic, and I really like Laurie Whitwell, I like some of the journalists, I do just think this is very, very frustrating. They've made me pay £1, which I guess I didn't have to, but now that I have this community with you guys, I felt like I had a bit of a duty of care to at least read it, pay for it, have a look through it, and take some bullet points, and then do a video with you guys where we can at least discuss it. You can get your comments in, and we can kind of have an open conversation. But this story has been painted as doom and gloom. It's been painted as you know, the Glazers want more money, the deal's uncertain, all of this stuff, all of this negativity. And I just don't really buy into it. I don't. I just honestly do not think that the Athletic are going to be able to give us information because nobody knows. They have this non-disclosure agreement, guys. Just remind yourself of that. The only one who knows this is the Glazers, Sheikh Jassim, and Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Those are the only three people who can tell you that information for sure. And for somebody to charge, you know, to give you this like insight into the takeover, and this is what's really going on, and all the rest of it, I don't know. I've been suckered in at the end of the day, and I did think it was important to do this video, to come here to talk about it. I've taken some bullet points from it. Obviously, everybody's going to have different opinions. People will say, oh, I've told you for months they're not selling. The Athletic have just confirmed it. People will probably come in the comment section and say, I disagree with you. The Athletic have told us they're not selling, so they're not selling. Or they haven't at any point said they're not selling, okay? They've just said that they want more money. I mean, I could tell you that. You could ask me when I was asleep if the Glazers want more money, and I would say yes. I've been saying that for the past month or two, and I'm not a football journalist. I'm just a football fan, sat in my bedroom making videos with this amazing community, okay? And I could tell you that the Glazers will want more than what the kind of fee is that's being circulated in the media. That's so obvious. Of course they're going to do that, you know? They're going to pick their bidder, and they're going to say, right, we like your bid, but we want another £1 billion. We either sell it to you, or we're going to sell it to the other person. That's what's obviously going to happen, isn't it? And this story's come out today. There's people on Twitter worrying, and I hope a lot of you at home are not really, really worried about this, because the final thing I want to say, guys, is they won't break the story. They won't. And I have been suckered into this. I've been suckered into buying the subscription to their website. I've done it because I thought it was going to tell me something that I didn't already know. And literally, as I just said, the 4 taking points for anybody joining are: Ineos and Sheikh Jassim are still confident. Okay, we know that. Still issues with the bids. Well, yes, of course, there's issues with both bids, right? I mean, even if you look at it black and white, Sheikh Jassim, even if he gets the club, he has to pass the Premier League thing, you know, blah, blah, blah. Even on the fundamental level, what they've said is just obvious. Still issues with bids. Well, we know that. Even if they accept Sheikh Jassim's offer today, he's still got to pass the Premier League test. He's got to pass all these things, which might not happen. They go on to say bids are around 5 billion, but different in structure. Again, they don't know how much the bids are. They've just like plucked a number out, and they say no communication between the sellers and buyers since the last bid. I mean, where are they getting that information from? You know? When there's a non-disclosure agreement, yeah. So I am quite frustrated, to be completely honest with you. I'm a bit pissed off, to be completely honest. I am, because like people are playing on our heartstrings. They are, and yeah, like they are playing on our heartstrings. And I get it if people in the chat are saying, "Oh, well, you're doing the same thing," but I'm really not. Like, you're coming here. I'm giving my opinion. I'm not trying to tell you that I know more than I do. I don't. I'm getting the information from the same places as you. I give my opinion, and then I encourage you guys to give your opinion, all right? And as I always say, you guys need to make your own decision about these types of things. Me or other United channels or other Twitter people, they can't decide for you. Until somebody comes out with an actual 100%, this is what's happening, it will be everywhere, guys. It will be on the BBC, it will be on Sky News, it will be on Reuters, it will be on Bloomberg, it will be on every different Financial Times, it will be everywhere, okay? So when one website, The Athletic, which I do like, and I don't want to, you know, seem as if I'm bad-mouthing them, when one website put this out, and then every single aggregator on Twitter, you know, United Report, United, all of these ones, these Twitter accounts, which I do like, and then you just see all these quotes floating around, like, the Glazers won't sell because they want more money, and like, that's all you see, and I just thought it was important to do this video, because it's so easy to just digest those really small little bits of news, and then be really, really worried, when, again, I'm not saying they're going to sell the club, I don't know, but I just think that this story that's come out today hasn't really helped anyone. I just think it is an attempt to just regurgitate the same news, and it is frustrating, really, really is frustrating. You can probably sense my anger in this situation. Yeah, I am annoyed, and like, at the end of the day, guys, somebody said before, like, are you making money from doing this? Like, to be honest with you, I'm not, like, at the moment, I'm not. I mean, I'm not saying one day I won't, but like, the amount of money I've spent on cameras, and like, I've invested a lot of money into this, you know, so like, I'm literally just doing this because I like talking about football, all right? I'm not saying you have to pay for me to tell you that I know more than I do. I've always said to you guys that I'll seek out information, I'll read it, I'll bring it back to you, I'll tell you where I got it from, I'll give my opinion, I'll encourage you to give your opinion, and then I'll always say you guys need to make up your own decision, all right? You always need to use your own brain. In every area of life, you can't let somebody dictate to you what they think, and that's the only truth, because at the moment, nobody knows, and this story that came out today really frustrated me. I paid the money to get the website, which was my own fault. Okay, maybe I'm an idiot, whatever you want to call me, but I did think I had a bit of a duty of care to read this, because I saw all of the headlines on Twitter saying Manchester United won't sell because the amount's not enough, and blah, 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 and all this. And I just thought all of these people who are sat on Twitter, like me, usually seeing this, are just going to be like feeling so miserable. And I just wanted to vent my feelings, to be honest with you. And if you think that this video is maybe a bit over the top, or you don't like it, then obviously that's completely fine. But as always, I do always encourage you guys to get your comments in and let me know how you're feeling about this. I do think that this article that come out today is by somebody called MJ Shrimper, who I'm not going to lie, I've never heard of. He's an Athletic journalist, but it's literally been plastered everywhere, and I did get suckered in. I did pay the money to read it, and it's just very frustrating. It really is. But I want everyone to stay positive. I want everyone to I don't know. Yeah, I will unsubscribe from it, guys. I will. I'm not going to pay for it again. I have been sucked in. But again, guys, I want to thank you all for the support. Like, having this community does really, really help me in this time. I was feeling so miserable about the takeover for such a long period of time, and being able to speak to everyone about this, it really does help. So I do look forward to reading your comments once the video goes live. And as always, please do like the video, and please do subscribe. Hopefully we get some actual news from someone who isn't just like, regurgitating stuff, because I really, really do want to find a solution here, guys. But as I've always said to you, I don't know the answer at this point. I really don't. I don't know what's going to happen. My heart has always said to me that they'll either sell to Sheikh Jassim or stay at the club. That's what I think, but I'm not going to come on here and but anyway, it is what it is, isn't it? Guys, I really, really appreciate everybody. I really appreciate this community, and thank you to everybody who has watched today. I will speak to you guys at 6 p.m. this evening. Hopefully we get the Onana, here we go, very, very soon, because then I can actually be positive. But again, guys, thanks again. Please do smash the like button on the way out, and please do subscribe if you're new. Lots of love. Everyone stay positive, everyone stay united, and I'll catch you guys later.